Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Shogun 2 Fall of the Samurai with the total Fots car list war mod. I've just received an update from Izzy, but before we go ahead and talk more about that, maybe it's time for me to explain a little bit more about this, since it's been quite a while since I've gone ahead and showed this, and there might be some new people that are not completely familiar with this. The Total Fots series of mods, really, is expanding on the Fall of the Samurai universe, so we're adding on a lot more of the Victorian period throughout the entire 1800s, from the Anglo-Zulu War to, in this case, the not so familiar Carlist War, which is a series of wars that wrecked Spain to the point where they lost the S, so it was just pain. With that said, we're in this update just going to take a look at two French factions. So we're going to go ahead and start a custom battle. Really, the thing that I wanted to show here, or what I should say, in terms of time period for these two armies, we're looking at basically Les Mis, or as I believe Les Mis ends in the July Revolution, so the July Monarchy, 1830. To give you a kind of an idea of when this is happening. So we got two factions. We got the July Monarchy, which is replacing the Bourbon Monarchy. And before we go ahead and start a battle, I wanted to show a new neat little detail. So he's very what's it called? He's made a lot of different uniforms, to the point where you can select the same unit, but you can have winter uniform or summer uniform. Before, it was a little bit hard to distinguish in between summer and winter. There was just a little abbreviation up in the corner to kind of tell you whether it was winter dress or summer dress. In this case, the background has clearly changed, so you can clearly see if it's a winter uniform or if it's a summer uniform. And with that, I think I've talked way enough, so let's go ahead and jump into a battle and take a look at these two factions battling it out. I think in the actual time period, these factions never came to battle. It was more of a switch there, a revolution, without actual battles. But we're gonna have a battle, so let's head off right into that one. And there we are. We can see my French army marching to battle. I have given myself quite a modest army, and we're marching up to take position here in my scenario that I've thought out. We've got an engagement here where 3 of my Voltigeur units have already made it up to this hill, and they are waiting to meet the Bourbon army, which is marching up to meet us. I've tried to select as many different units as possible, so we got a lot of different, I believe these are chasseurs, a cheval, and some kind of dragoon is coming up next. These are the howitzers, and then I believe I started off with Voltigeurs, should be Voltigeurs since they're yellow, and then guess Fusiliers, possibly, since they're blue, and then red for Grenadiers, and some of these are National Guard units. Not entirely sure which is which here. And in the back we've got the heavy cavalry marching up. And over on... oh, they're already up all the way up here. My lances. 2 different kinds of lances marching up here. Also, we've got 6-pounder cannons on this side. Let's go ahead and take a look. So, they have made it quite a lot further than I. And they're already in battle formation, which is probably something that we should adopt right about this position. They have placed all their artillery in the center, which I don't think is going to work out too well for them. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to take my 6-pounders off to the side here. And then, because I selected for myself howitzers, I'll be able to fire above the hill. The voltigeurs will hurry up and join the others. Then we've got these legionnaire units, 3 of them. We'll put them as their own brigade onto that side, then followed by 3 fusiliers, which will take up the left side. National Guard Grenadiers. Are they the one with the bear skins? No? These will then, I think, let's have them go further on the left. And then we got the bear skins. The bear skins can move into the middle to support. And then we got 2 grenadiers here in the back, which can move up to support this side. As the cavalry has now gone a bit too far, I'll be pulling them back. Let's see if we can hide them maybe in the woods and then surprise the enemy with attacks on either side. Now when I think about it, I'm placing more infantry here, but I've got cannon support more readily available on this side. Maybe what I should do is I should take the National Guard, not the Fusiliers. Oh, I thought that... wait. I'm confused. Right, send these to this side. And then the 2 units that I sent to that side will instead move to this side. Right, so now we've got more infantry on the side that is not supported by cannons. Although the howitzers will support them all. Heavy cavalry can continue as they are, and the marshal can continue as he are. Oh! We're about to come into blows with enemies up front. Voltigeurs. Take light. Move into light position. Or light skirmish formations. And prepare to hold off the enemy's light infantry as they move forward. We'll see if we can hold the farmland here. And there we are. The battle is off. We've started shooting at the enemy. We have hit a few of them. 8 out of this company and 3 out of this. So not a major loss for the enemy. They continue though, unabated by the fact that we are laying fire onto them. We're about to fire for a second time. I have, however, no interest in going into melee fight, so I'm going to order them into regular formation and order them to fall back beyond the houses there. I don't think we'll need to get a good position up here, so I'll order them to quickly move into position. Let's see, my cannons are not ready. I'm not ready anywhere. Hurry up there, and then you will hurry up there, and then these 3 will hurry up towards there and plug that gap, and then you will hurry here. Okay, they're continuing without any sign of them halting. I'm gonna have to halt the artillery as soon as possible. Let's get the heavy cavalry quickly into position. General will hold right there. Oh, the Chasseur Cheval is moving in on this side. We'll attack them with both the units of lances. We'll try and swing around them. We got a lancer unit out here. That could potentially be difficult. Okay, so my light infantry is in a bad position. Enemy lancers have made it to the center and are now engaging our troops. The other cavalry, though, not having the same luck. This unit lost a lot as it rode straight into the lines. Let's see. They fired. Let's attack from both sides there. Hurry up, deploy the guns. Oh, did we miss? I missed to give the attack order, of course. My light troops, one of them is holding out. This guy is going straight for the second line of voltigeurs and firing at point-blank range. Let them hold up front for now. Let's see, howitzers, deploy them. We deployed the 6-pounders. We're bombarding our own line, unfortunately. Have the cavalry retreated over there? No. I will order these two to slightly draw back. The lancers have won their fight, which is good. Dragoons, however, did not really win against the enemy lancers. It's a tough fight out there. The line seems to be holding, though, which is important. Center, a little bit difficult. I'm gonna order forward the guards. Okay, so this Fusilier unit's not too happy. That cavalry unit, the Cuirassier unit, really continued in there. Oh, we're getting side flanked. I'm gonna order the Carbineers to turn to that side. As we're losing a lot of ground here, I'm actually gonna order my troops back. We're gonna start a withdrawal and see if we can't figure out to get better lines going. And also actually use the fact that I have been able to deploy my cannons, while the enemy, I believe, has probably... yeah, they run straight into the spikes with them. Right, the guards, grenadiers, able to fire above our retreating troops, dealing damage to the carbineers that are coming up. Oh, and now my howitzers are starting to lay fire into the enemy. Let's see if we can organize a line going straight through here. Holy crap, whatever this unit is, these lancers right here, killing everything I send against them, the bastards. I think we'll also organize the lines a little bit to fire by rank as we get to these points. Form square, as I'm very doubtful of being able to withdraw them, so they'll just form a square to try and defend there. I'm wasting all my cavalry trying to deal with these lancers, but finally they are shattered. We got skirmish unit, which has rallied. I'll order that to rejoin on the flank. And you can join out there. I do still have my lancers, but I want the line infantry battle to continue a little bit. The square is not very happy and is coming heavier under attack by grenadiers. What do we have out here? Got fusiliers firing onto our line. At this point we have of course switched to be firing by rank. Let's see how that goes for us, with our cannons firing above. And we can note here the new animations as the units fire their muskets. The enemy forces are being held off as of right now. I'm gonna go ahead and inspire a unit here as the enemy is getting rather close right there. I'm gonna go ahead and inspire them and get them to fire as much as possible. Let's have the 6-pounders actually target some units all the way up here so we're sure that we're firing above our own units. We've got our own troops retreating right there. I think our howitzers are concentrating fire right here. Do I need to select... I can select shrapnel shot. I think explosive shot is looking to work just as well. Wonder here actually if it is that useful to select the fire by rank. We're going to deselect that. And we're going to see how that changes the battle. So now everyone is at fire at will. We're gonna set up for a cavalry charge on this side. And how about the lancers actually turning up behind the enemy, coming down the hill? The line seems to be fine. These units, of course, not super happy, but that's to be expected. They have been in heavy fighting for a while. Good arc on the 6-pounders. Even at this close range, we're still able to support fire without really shooting through our own troops, which is good. Heavy fighting throughout, but it looks like the Bourbon monarchy is not doing too well. I believe I gave them a little bit extra infantry, but then again they probably would have needed even more since it is, after all, the AI. One thing that is good though is they're actually standing shooting at us. The AI has a tendency otherwise in Total Wars to go just straight for it with not really returning fire in any meaningful capacity. Of course, it's still the AI, so you know, firing by rank might have been more useful, since we would be able to. I mean, it would be there would be a downtime where everyone was reloading, but right now, not everyone is firing. It's just sort of the first rank. So we're not getting like the full use of it. I'm gonna go ahead and order these to halt fire. And we're gonna order in the lancers. We're gonna start breaking up this flank right here. And then I can turn the infantry to come up this side. Oh, is this the Swiss? Yes, I gave them Swiss guard units. The enemy tries to prepare for the Lancer attack. Didn't go too well for them. Let's try not to shoot our cavalry units, so we'll march up. Also, might actually bring up the general here to support. Heavy losses for my Lancers though during that charge. I thought that they weren't really able to line up as well, but that's exactly what they did. They were able to line up really well, and I guess because it was such a thick mass of infantry that my cavalry didn't really, the charge there didn't really go that well. We'll see afterwards how many they actually killed. But right now it's not looking too well. Go ahead and support the troops here as they're now facing the Voltigeur and the Swiss Guard. Wonder if my General's Bodyguard could possibly fire their pistols above our own units, perhaps? Let's order the 6-pounders to be firing towards the center, where the rest of our artillery is firing. I guess he's clever enough that he knows that there's a risk of friendly fire there. Cavalry on that side didn't work too well. How about the heavy cavalry on this side? The cuirassiers are ordered to charge. Can I order them through here? No. The enemy is reacting to the oncoming attack of the cuirassiers. It worked a lot better here. The enemy is wavering. I think, though, we will just continue through. So let's continue into the next line. Cut through that. I'm already bringing up troops from the flank. Here, though, we're suffering quite heavy casualties, as we weren't really able to break up the line in the same way. I'm gonna push through to just unsettle everything here. And before the unit is completely dead, we're gonna head up towards the high ground above here. Seemed to have worked pretty well with that charge. I'm gonna go ahead and order these guys around a little bit. Well, not too much. I wonder, do we have the capabilities to charge here? We have... it's the Legionnaires. Let's go ahead and see if we can't conduct. Fix, bayonets, and charge. The Legionnaires are ordered to charge. Will the Grenadiers hold? Doubtful. We heavily outnumber them. Although, oh, did you see that? He just threw bloody bayonet musket right in his face. Looks like we're not able to immediately kind of break the line, so I'm going to order in the cavalry. The cavalry returns. Somehow the cavalry returns. Somehow the cavalry has returned. It seemed like it almost hit our line more than it hit theirs. I'm not too happy with the fact that the enemy's line continues to hold here. We've been putting so much fire onto these flanks. A lot of my troops are very much cut down, and the enemy holds a great advantage. I think it might be time. Oh, now they're laying on their 3 troops against mine. I don't think we will do too well there. I'm gonna order up these 2 to support. And we're gonna have to hold these because we can't lose anything here, because then we'll risk the cannons. But these troops will be ordered back here as quickly as possible. And then I'll have to try and win this battle through Canister. The enemy has counterattacked, and their counterattack seems to go rather well. There's one unit there among them that is breaking. I'll extend the lines to see about getting as many muskets into that as possible. Before we go ahead and even think about trying to withdraw that side, we need to save the 3 Legionnaire units. We're not getting fired up the back just yet. Swiss Voltigeurs are on the way. We do have this unit right here is quite shaken. I wonder, should I risk it? Having the Fusiliers charge in and see about breaking the units. causing a mass rout of all these 3 units here. And so I can withdraw all these. Okay, unfortunately these guys are completely like spent, so I'm gonna order them back. Okay, the enemy is now marching forward. We're gonna switch to Canister. I'm actually gonna switch. I cannot switch to Canister with the howitzers, but I can do shrapnel. And if I fire shrapnel up these flanks... Right, we were successful in breaking down those, but at heavy losses, we'll withdraw these as soon as possible. Canister is what's gonna save the day here. The enemy voltigeurs getting smashed. These units gonna get smashed as well. Unfortunately, it looks like my howitzers are gonna get smashed. Do I have time to turn it? Whoever stood in the way of that probably is not standing up anymore. But unfortunately, the howitzer crew will run over. Okay, the 2 sizable units, the ones that didn't take part in the battle, will line up with the 3 others starting off. God damn it, keep selecting the wrong units. These 2 and then these 3 will sit a little bit on the side. My howitzers, unfortunately, fire straight into the ground, damn you. Hopefully it was shrapnel shot still. Let's see, the shot is right there. I'm hoping it will go off with a few of the enemy troops right above it. Unfortunately, that looks like it's not the case. It's still an explosive shot, so it should explode. Even if it's taking quite some time here. There we go. And we got 1 guy. Right. Not very useful. Unfortunately here it looks like with our continued retreat, the enemy has actually split our lines in 2. However, the enemy's right flank has been quite decimated by our shrapnel shots, our canisters, which is cutting up their lines, and they're now all gone. Which means that I can take all of this and start turning it up here to join in against the rest of their army. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the general. Let's support a little bit here. Everyone's super tired. What do we have here? Grenadiers and voltigeurs. Very tired. My guys are not tired though. Let's try and retake the guns as soon as possible. They're still on... disable this. See if we can't fire some cannon shots over on these guys right over here. These guys seem to have gotten stuck a little bit. These are actually free to do as they please, so they will go ahead and sandwich these troops. And then these guys will gain ground here, and we'll see about laying down as much fire as possible on these troops. Am I able to get some fire out of you guys? What if I order you to fire at the ground there? Because you didn't want to fire. Could be a good reason why they don't want to fire. But then again, why would I care about friendly fire? Okay, we are actually firing above, so I don't know why they weren't firing earlier, what they were whining about. We need a few shots going up through these guys, so That would be wonderful. Oh, he's gone. You know what? Let's end this. Let's have everyone go in at the same time with these continuing towards here. General in close support. Charge! Destroy them! The French are about to take on the French. Voltigeurs are the first one to get stuck in. Really stuck in. And they even break the unit before the rest of them arrive. Alright, back into line. And let's see about surrounding the enemy and destroying them. You are not... Just go ahead and fire in this direction, please. I'm not happy with you not firing. Sporadic fire from these lines. Oh, they are repositioning their arms as they realize here they're about to get surrounded. As they're switching positions here, we will gain some extra ground towards the enemy. Let's have the general move to this side to make sure that no part of the line breaks completely. There's a few lines here. Could probably do with fire by rank, but then the rest of them will be firing at will. At this point, it's not much use for you to fire, so you might as well hold fire. We inspire the troops. And here we go, here comes the volleys. They hold on though, but they are shaken. Soon though, since there's so few units left, they will be breaking and the entire army will be falling apart. The entire army. There's nothing left of the army. It's heavy fighting here. With high casualties on both sides. But it's to be expected. I wanted to prolong the fight. Yeah, I'm blaming that I was trying to prolong the fight. But it's also the fact that, you know, I'm playing lots of different Total Wars. Most of these are, well, usually, it's all the musket Total Wars. But they play a little bit different in terms of... And it takes, you know, it takes a while to get into which units have the good stats. You know, how do I utilize them and so on. If you could get a continuous fire from a unit like that doing fire by rank, that would be really good. Like, I guess if you have a really high amount of points, maybe you could get to that point where the unit would be almost continuously firing. Oh, it's the Swiss Voltigeurs, which are set to hold as rear guard as the rest of the Bourbon army retreats. Is that cavalry? Yes, it is. I definitely need some cavalry. We'll continue the fire here as get some good shots for the end of the video cinematic. Oh, the guy carrying the flag died. Oh, it looks like the Swiss. They've heard the hoofs, maybe, of 21 horsemen, and they've now decided to give way. We are victorious. Let's go ahead and take a look at the statistics, shall we?
Portée de tir!
À portée de tir! À l'étendard! Sur le champ!
Appuyez-vous, mes enfants! tir!
À l'attaque, soldats! Apportez le tir! Apportez le tir!
Chacun pour soi!
Here's the result of the battle. We deployed actually the same amount of troops. I thought that I'd deployed more for the enemy. In terms of losses, they're not that different. The enemy lost 3,000 while I lost 2,700, which is, you know, a narrow margin in terms of people killed on either side. What we can see though is that I killed as many as I lost, but the enemy didn't. They somehow lost 300 men. Maybe it's due to the spikes, I guess, and that are not counted as my kills. Odd. Not great statistics in any case. In terms of the highest killers, we got the Legionnaires that were deployed on the far right side, engaged in heavy melee, but there's no like standout unit here. Lost 165, killed 161. There's no unit that performed super well, except the cannon here that killed 125 without losing anything. We've got skirmishers though. Here's a skirmisher, lost 45, killed 116. That's a pretty good ratio, but otherwise, not great. Cavalry did rather poorly. Who did the worst? The general. He managed to get 3 kills somehow. Yeah, the cavalry ends up at the bottom. Direct charges, like I did, on prepared infantry, is not to be recommended in this mod. As we continue down to the enemy though, here we can see some good ratios, or at least this one, there's 100 men different for the grenadiers. And their lancers did really well. This was the lancer that was deployed on the right side. Really tore up my cavalry units. I had to send in 3 cavalry units just to deal with them. Managed to get almost 5,000 experience. Same with this grenadier unit. The enemy did a lot better. Quite embarrassing. Or at least for a lot of their units. What really saved me was the enemy decided to suicide their cannons and weren't able to use them. If I'd been more fair to the enemy, maybe I should have given them howitzers, so they would have actually been able to deploy them in a style that would have worked for the AI, rather than to run these cannons straight up into me before deploying them to fire. They also have a few cavalry units that did really poorly, like their Dragoon and Chasseur unit did really poorly. Lost almost everyone and killed very few, so there was a bit back and forth. And there we have it though. So a quick look at the French factions for the Carlist War. And as always, hopefully you guys enjoy this, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.